Hello everyone, today we are going to take a look at the FitcamX dash camera. And FitcamX, it's a company that makes dedicated dash cameras for different types of vehicles and models. So they make cameras specially designed for your vehicle. They have a huge compatibility list, they have a lot of models on their website. So you can find something that fits your car, and it looks like it's OEM, so it doesn't need any kind of adaptations, cables and other stuff. It just works directly. So we're going to take it out of the box. We get here a manual. Going on further in the box, you are going to get some accessories here, micro SD and SD card reader that uses both normal USB and Type-C. Then you have this adapter cable, which is high quality. It's braided into a very soft thing, so it will not rattle. Then you're also going to get a specially designed pry tool for your car and for your installation. Then in the main box here, you are going to get the camera itself and some other stuff. Extra phone holder for my car. Then you get the rear camera. Rear camera is also optional. And the camera itself, the installation is done on a Tucson 2025-2026 model, so it's the facelifted one at the end of 2025 that also got carried further into 2026. So this is the camera. You can see the dash camera is pre-installed here, and this will replace the original one, so the camera will be almost invisible. To take the original cover off, you need to do a few things. First of all, lower the mirror so we have more space. Then we are going to remove this cap here. This one gets pulled out very easy. Then we are going to remove this. We are going to use the pry tool with the plastic part, not the metal part, so you don't scratch or break anything. And you are going to put it somewhere here lower. Don't use force, it's going to go out easy because it's just a plastic clip and you don't want to force the windshield. A windshield is more expensive than the cover. And the same on the other side. Alright, and then you are going to push this a bit downwards and it comes off because you have here a clip and here a clip. And I don't know if you can see this, it has here a latch that goes onto this clip. So this is off. As simple as that. Now we have access to all this part here. Be sure that the car is off, so there is no power here. This is the mirror connector. I'm going to unplug this one. It has a small clip. You push the clip and the cable comes out. Then you are going to use this patch cable provided, and you are going to fit this. Goes in nicely, and the other one is going to go back in here. Now it's up to you what to do with this. You can tuck it away here underneath if you want to, or leave it here because the foam will not make it rattle. You have to put this back, the new cover with the camera. But if you have the rear camera model, now you need to connect it because you won't be able to do that otherwise. And to route the camera cable, best option is to go under. Also, don't forget to remove this plastic cap here, so we can insert this one. And this goes in like this, just like the original one. And this cable is going to be tucked underneath the headliner. And I'm going to do that now because later it's going to be too hard to do that. Now we have to put this on. It goes very easy here back. Slides on the top part. Slid in and you push it on the lower side. Just like that, it's installed, and now we are going to put this cap here. And as simple as that, the camera is now installed and should be functional. Now you have to route the wire around, but that's not very hard to do. You are going to manage it. If you are going with the rear camera installed, it's very easy. After you route the wire around here, it goes through here. You don't have to undo anything. You can see it going here. That's the cable. It goes up here, and on the rear part you can take this very easy out because it's held in a few plastic blue clips. You just pull it out gently, goes out. Then you have here some clips that hold the liner. You can pull them not entirely out, just a bit, so it gives you a bit of flex here. Then you are going to pull this grommet out and this out, and you are going to push the cable from underneath, and then you are going to pass it to the grommet on this part. You are going to grab it here, and off you go to the camera that's going to sit here. Hardest part of this install is to actually make this possible. During the installation, the app is very useful also because you can see what the cameras are doing, if they work or not. I'm going to also show you the app right away, all the functions, but it's very important to use it during setup, especially when adjusting the rear camera position, height, orientation, and so on. And now a quick look at the app. The app connects directly to the camera wireless, so you have here an SSID of the camera. You are going to connect to that wireless, then the app is going to connect directly to the camera. You are greeted by the two images of the camera, front and rear. You can switch between them, and you can see each of them as a main camera. You can put this on landscape, and then you have the settings, camera settings, and here you have sound recording, photo resolution, video resolution, room recording, exposure compensation, if you want a time watermark, wide dynamic range, collision sensing, collision detection, and then not so much. It's just firmware, version, and wireless password that you can change or check. What I like about this app is that it's simple. There's no gimmicks. You don't need an account, you don't need cloud, you don't need anything else. You just open the app, connect to the camera, and works. Something that on today's devices, it's sadly went away for most of them. You need an app, you need an account, you need to activate. It gets way too complicated. And of course, the camera also has two touch buttons. If you are going to press the power short, it's going to lock that recording. And if you are going to press this one with a photo, it's going to take a snapshot. Also, holding power for a longer period of time turns off the camera. And now you have also seen it in action. You have seen various footage, and I must say that for a camera that is so complicated yet so simple to install, I must say that I'm actually impressed by it, because not only the setup was easy to do and looks nice, but also the image quality is way better than expected for such kind of a camera. Both the front and the rear cameras are sharp and they provide good image quality. So what do you think about this installation and this type of camera? If you have any kind of questions, just leave a comment below and I'm going to try to answer you as fast and as best as possible. Also, don't forget to check out the website that I'm going to link. You have a lot more information there, and choose what's needed for you. Until my next video, see you and bye bye.